There are moments in life when something deep inside you stirs a quiet inner knowing that there is more to your story than what meets the eye. You go to sleep like anyone else, but in the stillness of the night, something divine begins to awaken within you. A dream comes, not the kind you shake off by morning, but one that lingers, a dream that stays with you long after you wake. If you've ever experienced a dream so vivid that it felt more real than the waking world, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. You may have even wondered, was that just a dream? Or was God trying to speak to me? If you've had these kinds of dreams, then I have news for you. God is speaking to you in ways that go beyond your waking mind. And if you've ever wondered if God has chosen you, the answer may very well lie in the dreams you've been having. Today, we're going to walk through 7 powerful dreams that could mean God is calling you for something greater. These dreams carry divine purpose and prophetic weight, and if even one of them resonates with you, take it seriously. This message is for you. God is speaking, and now is the time to listen. Dreams of climbing or ascending are some of the most profound and unmistakable signs that God's hand is upon your life. If you've ever had a dream where you found yourself scaling a mountain, walking up a staircase that seemingly reaches into the clouds, or climbing a ladder that stretches far beyond the horizon, you may have been given a glimpse of something extraordinary. These dreams are not random or trivial. They carry deep spiritual meaning, symbolizing the elevation of your soul, the divine calling that is placed on your life, and the heavenly encounters that are part of God's plan for you. Climbing and ascending in a dream are powerful metaphors for spiritual advancement, a movement from where you currently stand to a higher level in your relationship with God. The symbolism is rooted in Scripture, where climbing and ascending are often linked to divine revelation, the fulfillment of your calling and encounters with God that bring clarity, direction, and purpose. These dreams signify a transition, a spiritual promotion, and an invitation to step into the fullness of your destiny. Just like the biblical stories of those who were chosen, such as Jacob's vision of the ladder reaching from earth to heaven, you too are being invited to go higher in your faith, your purpose, and your spiritual journey. Consider Jacob in Genesis 28, a man who found himself in the middle of nowhere, his head resting on a stone as he slept. In the stillness of the night, he had a divine vision, a dream where he saw a ladder stretching from the earth to the heavens with angels ascending and descending. At the top of this ladder stood the Lord himself, who spoke divine truth into Jacob's life, confirming his calling and purpose. This was a moment of spiritual elevation for Jacob, a divine invitation to step into the next level of his destiny. The ladder wasn't just a physical structure in his dream. It was a gateway to a higher calling, to a deeper connection with God. Just as God revealed his plan for Jacob's life through this dream, he is doing the same for you. When you experience a dream of climbing or ascending, it is God calling you to a higher level in your spiritual life. This ascent is not about physical promotion or worldly achievement. It is about spiritual growth, responsibility, and the influence you are meant to have in his kingdom. These dreams represent the unfolding of God's plan for you, and although the journey may be difficult at times, it is ultimately one of growth and transformation. Climbing, whether it's up a mountain, a staircase, or a ladder, is inherently challenging. It requires strength, endurance, and the willingness to leave behind the things that no longer serve you. Similarly, spiritual elevation is often accompanied by trials, hardships, and moments of struggle. You may find that in order to ascend, you must let go of old habits, mindsets, relationships, or comforts that have held you back from reaching your full potential. This process of separation is not easy, but it is necessary. In God's divine wisdom, He knows that to elevate you to the next level, there must be room for new growth, room for new experiences, responsibilities, and opportunities that align with His plan for your life. Elevation in the spiritual sense often involves a certain amount of separation. Just as Jacob's vision of the ladder required him to be in a place of solitude, there may be times in your own life when God calls you away from distractions, comfort zones, or even relationships that hinder your progress. This separation is not meant to hurt you. It is a divine pruning, a refining process that prepares you for the spiritual promotion God has in store. When God elevates you, He doesn't just take you higher in your spiritual walk. He also equips you with the tools, the wisdom, and the strength necessary to fulfill your divine purpose. The journey may be difficult at times, but remember that the higher you go, the closer you get to the very heart of God. And with that elevation comes greater responsibility, greater influence, and a deeper connection with His divine will. The act of climbing in your dreams speaks to your ability to rise above your circumstances, to push through challenges, and to ascend to new levels of understanding, faith, and purpose. You do not climb unless there is something worth reaching for, and God does not call those who are not destined for greatness. There is a reason why you are experiencing these dreams. God is calling you to a higher place, not just physically, but spiritually. He is reminding you that there is more to your life than what you see in the natural realm. When you dream of climbing, understand that it's a sign that God has great things in store for you. Heaven is drawing near, and God is choosing you to step into a destiny that is far beyond your imagination. This elevation may not come without its challenges. Climbing requires effort, perseverance, and strength. You may find yourself facing obstacles or feeling like the journey is too difficult at times. But here's the key: the higher you go, the closer you are to the ultimate goal. The ladder that Jacob saw in his dream was not just a means of ascent, it was a bridge between earth and heaven, a symbol of divine connection and spiritual elevation. In the same way, when you climb in your dreams, you are being invited to draw closer to God, to elevate your spiritual consciousness, and to step into a higher calling that will have eternal significance. Spiritual elevation is not always an easy journey. It takes time, dedication, and the willingness to endure hardship. But here's the truth: God will never call you to climb without also equipping you for the journey. Just as He was with Jacob at the top of the ladder, He will be with you every step of the way. You are not alone in this climb. As you rise, God is elevating you, not only for your own growth, but also to serve His kingdom in new and powerful ways. Your purpose is being refined, and with that, you will experience a deeper level of spiritual understanding and fulfillment. As you continue to climb, remember that elevation often requires separation. God will remove the things that no longer serve you, and this might be uncomfortable at times. However, understand that this process of refinement is part of His greater plan for your life. You are being prepared for something higher, something greater. And God is ensuring that you are ready to handle the responsibility and influence that comes with your spiritual promotion. Your climb is not in vain. It is a divine journey that will lead you to a place of deeper intimacy with God and a greater fulfillment of your purpose. When you dream of climbing or ascending, take it as a sign that God is calling you higher. He is calling you to rise above the challenges, to overcome the obstacles, and to step into a destiny that is divinely orchestrated. These dreams are not just about physical ascent, they are about spiritual elevation. God is choosing you to rise above the ordinary and step into a life filled with purpose, power, and influence. You are not forgotten. You are being elevated. Heaven is drawing near, and the plans God has for you are unfolding. Even if the journey feels difficult, know that God is with you, strengthening you and preparing you for the next level of your spiritual destiny. As you continue to climb, remember that you are not just climbing for yourself, you are climbing to fulfill a divine purpose that will impact the world in ways you can't yet fully comprehend. In conclusion, dreams of climbing or ascending are powerful signs of God's hand upon your life. They signify spiritual elevation, divine calling, and the opening of new doors to higher realms of understanding and purpose. These dreams are an invitation to rise above your current circumstances, to embrace your calling, and to trust that God is with you every step of the way. The journey may be difficult, but the rewards are eternal. Keep climbing, for God has called you to something far greater than you could ever imagine. If you've ever woken up from a dream where you were being chased running for your life or hiding from something unseen, you are certainly not alone. The feeling of being pursued, especially in a dream, can be deeply unsettling. The heart races, the mind is filled with fear, and the body seems to react as if the danger is real. But spiritually, there's much more to these dreams than meets the eye. In fact, dreams of being chased are often not a sign of defeat or vulnerability. They are a powerful confirmation that God has chosen you for a special purpose, and the enemy is aware of it. These dreams carry profound meaning, representing a dynamic interaction between spiritual warfare and divine protection. A powerful reminder that you are marked by God, and the enemy's attacks are merely a reflection of the greatness God has placed in you. Consider the life of David, a man after God's own heart. David was anointed by God to be the king of Israel. Yet much of his life was filled with running and being chased by those who sought to destroy him. King Saul, who once considered David a friend, became his enemy and pursued him relentlessly out of jealousy. On top of that, David was constantly at war with other armies and enemies, yet he was chosen by God to lead. Despite the danger, the turmoil, and the relentless pursuit, God's hand of protection was always upon David. He was not an ordinary man. David carried a divine purpose that set him apart, and the enemy knew it. The enemy's pursuit was not an indication of David's weakness, but of the strength and anointing that was upon his life. This same principle applies to you today. If you have dreamed of being chased, consider it a powerful spiritual sign. Being chased in a dream often symbolizes spiritual warfare. The enemy, recognizing your divine potential, and the purpose God has placed in your life will seek to derail your journey. It is not a random occurrence, but a clear indication that God has marked you for something extraordinary. The greater the calling, the greater the opposition, and dreams of being chased serve as reminders that you are walking in the footsteps of those who have been divinely appointed by God. However, while dreams of being chased may seem intimidating, they are also a sign of divine protection. If you have woken up from such a dream and found yourself safe unharmed and still secure in your purpose, take that as a sign that God is actively protecting you. You may feel the pressure, the weight of spiritual warfare, or the opposition of the enemy in your dreams. But rest assured that God's protection surrounds you. He is shielding you from the attacks of the enemy, ensuring that his purpose for your life will not be thwarted. Even when the pursuit feels intense, know that you are safe under the wings of God's protection, and he is actively defending you from the forces that seek to undermine your divine calling. It's important to recognize that the enemy doesn't chase those who are weak, those who are not a threat. He targets the chosen, those with a purpose greater than themselves. If you've had dreams of being chased, you are not experiencing failure. Rather, you are being reminded of the calling on your life and the significance of the spiritual battle you are in. The enemy would not waste his energy pursuing someone without purpose. If you are being chased in a dream, it means you are a target because you carry something powerful, something that threatens the forces of darkness. Your very existence and the unfolding of your divine destiny are a direct challenge to the enemy, and he will do everything in his power to hinder you. But do not be afraid, because this opposition is not a sign that you are losing, it is a confirmation that you are on the right path. The enemy only pursues those who are a threat to his kingdom. When you experience spiritual warfare in the form of being chased, take it as confirmation that you are carrying something of great value in the spiritual realm. Your purpose, your anointing, your calling. All of these things are of tremendous importance, and the enemy recognizes this. This is why he seeks to interfere, intimidate, and derail your journey. But here's the good news: the enemy does not have the final say. God has placed his hand upon you, and he is defending you. His protection is not a passive force, it is active and powerful. He is covering you, guiding you, and ensuring that you fulfill the purpose he has set before you. Dreams of being chased serve as a wake-up call. They remind you that you are not walking an ordinary path. You have been chosen for something significant, and with that divine calling comes responsibility. These dreams are not meant to scare you, but to strengthen your resolve. They are an invitation to press deeper into your spiritual life, to engage in prayer, and to seek divine guidance. The enemy's pursuit is a reflection of your potential and the greatness that lies ahead, and it should serve as motivation to continue pressing forward. One of the most powerful lessons we can learn from these dreams is the importance of spiritual preparedness. When you dream of being chased, it's a reminder to stay vigilant, to strengthen your prayer life, and to seek God's protection and guidance. Spiritual warfare is a reality for every believer, but we are not meant to face it alone. God is with us every step of the way, defending us, strengthening us, and empowering us to overcome the enemy's attacks. These dreams are an opportunity to deepen your intimacy with God, to draw closer to Him in prayer, and to understand the significance of the calling He has placed on your life. God has already won the victory. The enemy may pursue you, but it is not because he is more powerful. It is because he knows you are destined for greatness. The attacks you face are not an indication that you are weak or defeated. They are evidence that you are a threat to the darkness. You are being chosen to carry God's light, and the enemy seeks to stop you. But God is the one who defends you. He is the one who keeps you safe and covers you with His presence. When you wake up from a dream of being chased, remember this: you are not alone. God's protection surrounds you, and His purpose for your life will not be thwarted. These dreams also invite you to recognize the spiritual strength within you. God has called you to something greater, and with that calling comes divine protection and provision. The enemy will try to distract, discourage, and derail you, but you have the power to overcome. God has equipped you for this journey, and every challenge you face is an opportunity for you to grow stronger in your faith. Dreams of being chased are not a sign that you are losing. They are a confirmation that you are on the right track. You are not just facing opposition, you are being prepared for victory. Let these dreams drive you closer to God. Use them as a catalyst for growth, prayer, and spiritual preparation. When the enemy comes after you, rise up in the strength of the Lord, knowing that He is with you. The greater the calling, the greater the opposition, but also the greater the victory. God has chosen you, and He will not let you go. Even when the pursuit feels relentless, hold fast to your faith, knowing that your destiny is secure in His hands. You are covered, you are protected, and you are called for a purpose greater than you could ever imagine. In conclusion, dreams of being chased are powerful signs of spiritual warfare and divine protection. They signify that you have been chosen by God, that you carry a purpose that is under attack, and that the enemy recognizes the power of the calling on your life. These dreams should not instill fear, but should inspire you to press deeper into your relationship with God, strengthen your spiritual life, and recognize the power and protection that comes with being chosen. God is with you every step of the way, and His divine purpose will not be thwarted. Let these dreams serve as a reminder of your divine calling, and know that the enemy's attacks are nothing more than confirmation that you are a threat to the darkness. God is defending you, and your victory is assured. Water has always been one of the most spiritually significant symbols in the Bible. From the very beginning, it was present, moving across the face of the earth, bringing life and transformation. It represents cleansing renewal and the profound depth of the Spirit. In the natural world, water is essential for life. Without it, nothing can thrive or grow. In the same way, water is essential for the soul. If you've had dreams involving water, especially clear flowing water, it could be a powerful and divine sign. God may be calling you into a deeper relationship with Him, inviting you to experience a renewal of your spirit that brings you closer to His presence. These dreams are not just ordinary dreams. They hold deep spiritual significance, and their meaning goes far beyond the surface. In John 4, Jesus speaks to the woman at the well and offers her a gift that will change her life forever. He offers her living water, saying, "Whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst." This water that Jesus speaks of is not the physical water we drink from rivers or wells. It is spiritual water. It is the kind of water that quenches the soul, bringing fulfillment, peace, and a deep connection with God. If you've had dreams involving water, especially if the water is clear, abundant, or flowing, this could be a clear sign that God is calling you to a deeper spiritual experience. He is offering you living water, an invitation to dive deeper into His presence, to experience His cleansing power, and to be renewed in ways you might never have thought possible. This invitation is not just for the moment, but for the rest of your spiritual journey. God is calling you to more than surface-level faith. He wants you to drink deeply from the well of His grace and love. The dreams of water that you experience may be a powerful confirmation that God is preparing you for a season of spiritual growth. This water is meant to refresh you, to purify your heart, and to draw you closer to His heart. Just as water cleanses the body, God's living water cleanses the soul, washing away impurities, renewing your spirit, and filling you with a new sense of purpose. But what if the water in your dreams is not calm, clear, or peaceful? What if it's murky, stormy, or rising around you as though you are being overwhelmed? These dreams may not seem as comforting, but they carry an equally powerful and important message. Water in dreams, though often associated with cleansing and renewal, can also symbolize a spiritual test, a challenge, or a season of turbulence in your life. In these moments, the water is not just a source of life and peace, but also a reflection of the inner turmoil or emotional struggles that you might be facing. Even in these dreams, however, God is at work. He is using the water, whether still or stormy, as a means of transformation. Consider the story of Noah. The flood was a terrifying event, one that destroyed everything in its path. The water, though, wasn't just a force of destruction. It was also a force of divine cleansing. It marked the end of an old world and the beginning of a new one. God used the flood to wash away the corruption and wickedness that had taken root in the world, preparing the earth for a fresh start. For Noah and his family, the flood was a harrowing experience, but it was also a new beginning. The waters washed away the old, making way for the new. If you dream of water rising around you, whether as a flood or a powerful wave, it could be a sign that you are in the midst of a divine cleansing process. God may be washing away things in your life that no longer serve you, old habits, toxic relationships, false beliefs, so that He can prepare you for something greater. Just as God parted the waters for the Israelites at the Red Sea, He is preparing to part the waters in your life as well. You may be facing challenges, obstacles, or trials that feel overwhelming. But remember this, even in the midst of the storm, God is at work. The water is not here to drown you, it's here to cleanse you. The rising waters you see in your dreams could signify that you are on the verge of a breakthrough, a moment when God will step in and make a way where there seems to be no way. The storm, the flood, the overwhelming waters, all of these things may be part of God's process of purifying you, preparing you for a new chapter of spiritual growth and divine purpose. Whether the water in your dreams is calm or turbulent, it carries a significant message. If the water is clear and flowing, it's an invitation to come closer to God, to drink deeply from His living water, and to experience a deeper connection with His Spirit. God is calling you into a season of renewal and spiritual refreshment. He wants to cleanse you, purify you, and fill you with His peace. On the other hand, if the water in your dreams is stormy or rising around you, it is still a sign of God's work in your life. The challenge you're facing is not meaningless. It is a process of spiritual testing, a time of purging and purification that will prepare you for the next level of your calling. In either case, these dreams are an invitation from God. He is calling you deeper into your purpose, deeper into your relationship with Him, and deeper into His will for your life. The water represents not just a cleansing, but also a deepening, a call to go beyond the surface of your faith and to dive deeper into the mysteries of God's love, grace, and purpose for you. Water in its purity represents the flow of God's Spirit. And as you dream of water, consider it a reminder that God is always with you, always moving, always renewing. Sometimes it's easy to overlook the spiritual significance of water in dreams, especially when things seem uncertain or challenging. But even in the storm, God is with you, preparing you for something great. The flood may feel overwhelming, but it is not without purpose. It is a part of the process that will bring you closer to God, purify your heart, and prepare you for the destiny He has set before you. Just as the waters parted for the Israelites and Noah found salvation through the flood, you too will find that God's hand is at work, making a way for you where there seems to be no way. If you have had dreams of water, whether it's calm, flowing water or stormy, rising waters, don't dismiss them. These dreams carry deep spiritual significance. They are God's invitation to step into a deeper relationship with Him, to trust in His cleansing power, and to surrender to His will. The water you see in your dreams may represent both the challenges and the blessings that God is bringing into your life. He is calling you to go deeper, to trust Him more fully, and to embrace the transformation He is working within you. Take these dreams as an invitation to trust in God's perfect timing and His divine process. Just as water cleanses and refreshes, God is cleansing and refreshing your soul. He is preparing you for something greater, something more profound, something that will bring you closer to Him and fulfill your divine purpose. Whether the waters are calm or stormy, trust that God is with you, guiding you and transforming you. Embrace the invitation to dive deeper into His love, grace, and purpose for your life. He is calling you into a new season, and the waters are a symbol of the depth of your spiritual journey. Don't be afraid of the water, whether it's rising or flowing. Trust that God is using it to cleanse, to renew, and to draw you closer to the beautiful destiny He has prepared for you. As we conclude today's exploration of powerful dreams, it's important to recognize that these dreams are not mere coincidences. They are divine messages from God, meant to guide, strengthen, and prepare you for the extraordinary calling upon your life. Whether you've dreamed of climbing to new heights, being chased by unseen forces, or encountering life-giving water, each dream is a sign that God has chosen you for something greater. If you've recognized any of these dreams in your own life, take them seriously. God is not only speaking to you, He is preparing you for a divine purpose that will shape your destiny and impact the lives of others. So, before you go, I challenge you to reflect on your own dreams. Have you had any that felt different, that stirred something deep inside you? Take these dreams as confirmation that you are chosen. Now it's time to act. Step into the calling God has placed upon your life, knowing that He is with you every step of the way. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to encourage others to recognize the power of their own dreams. You are chosen now. Live in the fullness of your divine purpose. I'll see you in the next one.